menu builder. Just wanted to do a brief tutorial to try to help people out be able to manage their own menus a bit better. As a general overview, you'll notice here it says main categories. All of the menus are set up in a three-tier system, just the way that all the apps work, where we first have a main category. This is where it would show up on the app home screen. And then there's a subcategory. And then within subcategories, you have your individual items. Individual items, for instance, are where you'll end up managing the specific add-ons and the sizing and the prices. But let's just going into the main categories here, some basic functionality. Right now, you'll see hot coffee would be what would show up on top in the app. If you wanted to change the order, you simply click on a box and then you drag it over and you drop it. And the order is now changed once you press save down here. The save function is what ultimately will push all of your menu change results to populate on the app. If you want to be seeing how things show up in your app, the only thing you have to do is just close your app and then reopen it to see the new changes. So let's go back here. I'm going to put hot coffee back up on top. So I'll switch this over. And some other really just important things right here. We have, so view is being able to go in and looking at subcategories and items. Disable is effectively either the 86 function, or when you want to keep a category up, but maybe you don't want to share it on the app at that time. And then delete just would get rid of the entire category. So delete's a pretty strong action here, particularly if you've done a good amount of work. If you, for instance, just don't want to be selling bagels, then we would just go and click on disable. And then we've got here temporary disable 86, which things should come back the next morning. And let's go to permanent disable and we'll click OK. And then you'll see to bring it back, all we have to do is then go to enable. So those are some easy things to remember. So if you're running out of something, just simply 86 it if you know you're going to have it the next day, or you just simply take it off until you want to bring it back. So you'll also notice here we obviously have images. If you were to click on the upper left, you can get rid of an image. And if you're clicking on the upper right, it's how you would bring a new image in. So you can change out any images you want. Also, if you're creating a new category, we would just click on this X here, I'm sorry, the plus, and then we could add something in if we wanted to put an image in. As I click on this, pulls up my desktop, and I could put something in very easily. You'll also notice here it says new main category, so just click on this, and we can name it anything that we want. And where it says none down here, that's just any subtext that you might want. So we don't need to create a new category right now, so I'm just going to delete it. And boom, gone. So next, let's go into adding some items. So let's say it'll go to iced drinks. Right now, it can just goes to that subcategory. We don't have any others, just iced drinks. And then in here, we have cold brew. We have iced tea that doesn't have an image. And let's say we want to add something in here. So first thing to ask, is it a totally new item or is it an existing item? Existing item could be something, for instance, maybe it's a special sandwich or something like that, that you wanted to just have it be displayed in two different places on the app. So that would be existing. If we want to go into new, we'll click OK. And then here, let's just say frozen drink. Frozen slushy. There we go. It's probably not spelled right. And then let's start adding something to it. So let's say, what is this? View. Okay, so let's click on up here by prices. You'll see first it says size. Now, if there's only one size, then you just want to get rid of this. So we just get rid of it. And let's say we'll make it $5. Boom. So clicked enter, and then that's what's going to show up there. If there are sizes, let's get rid of that. Then we could say small and say 4. And we can go large, 5. So there we go. We've got 2 different sizes and prices. And then we have add-ons. So this is probably one of the most important parts of the menu builder. If we wanted to, if we already, most likely have already added some add-on categories. If we want to do a new one, we would be, creating something. Maybe it's a syrup or something. We'll get into that. Let's start with existing ones. So if we go to existing, it then is going to ask. Okay, so let's say slushies. Let's say we wanted to say, yeah, let's, we don't need bagel choice, of course, but milks and creams. Cool. So now that's on there. If you view milk and cream, you're then going to see, well, what is available within it. So we have milk, cream, almond milk. You'll notice here it says selection. So if I click on selection, what this means is selection, we've labeled this out a little bit better. How it's going to show up on the app for the user is if they click on this, they can choose none, light, medium, or extra. And that's different than some of these other options. For instance, a radio choice would be when you only want someone to choose one of something, like a bagel choice. A bagel is going to be an everything bagel or a plain bagel. It can't be both an everything and a plain. Plus minus, yeah, would be something like flavor shots, where maybe someone wants to have more than one of them. And then checkbox could be something where someone wants to be able to someone wants maybe the choice of maybe onions, lettuce, and they're not mutually exclusive. Then something like yes, no. The example we use is do you want this toasted? So it's just a yes or no question. So all these though right now are already set up as selection, and so we can just go back. We're not going to change anything right there. But let's just save this drink. Let's say we've got milk and creams. So I'm going to go to save. It's going to bring us back here. And now that's actually going to be on the app. That's going to show that Dottie's Coffee Lounge now has frozen slushies. So we can go back in and take a look. There's the frozen slushie. Now, let's say that we actually do want to create a new add-on category here. So let's say new add-on, and we'll go here. And let's say that what this add-on category is going to be, let's call it, it's going to be syrups. Oh, so I didn't name it. Bad on me. There we go. Let's name it first. Syrups. Okay, so let's go to syrups, and let's call this first one vanilla syrup. Now, so we're on checkbox right now, but let's actually make it plus minus, because maybe someone wants 1 shot, maybe they want 2. And now let's take it and let's say that it actually is going to be 50 cents a shot. So we can get rid of the size element, but there we go. So let's try saving that. Good. Going back through now. So we're going to frozen slushy, and we have syrups. Well, let's say we actually, you know what, we have added a new strawberry syrup, so let's add that as well. Let's do a new add-on item, and it can be strawberry syrup. Again, we'll go to plus minus, that's what we wanted to do, and drop off size, and let's make it, sure, it's 50 cents a shot. Okay, so I'm going to save this, and that's in a nutshell all of your functionality here. What's pretty cool is that so we created syrups, right? Now let's go over to hot coffee, and let's say 12-ounce hot coffee. Let's check this item out. Oh, it doesn't look like there's been much work in this one. So let's go into it, and it's a new item, 12 OZ hot coffee. And then let's take a look, give it a price, say no size, because we know it's 12 ounces, $3. And now when we want to add on, let's do some add on existing categories. What's cool is that now you'll also see that syrups are available. So we're going to put syrups in, and let's put in sweeteners. Okay, let's put in oh, that on me. Look, I'll delete that. We just did that. So we want to put in milk and sweeteners. Cool. And then you know what? I actually think that syrup should come last. So let's grab syrups and let's just bring it over here. Boom. We go to save, and we now have that hot coffee. 12-ounce hot coffee is now an item listed on the app, and it'll push through, and it will charge people the $3 and or any amount that of extra shots that they put on. Now, because that's not a real item, I will just go take a look in there, take a look, and then you know what? Boom. I'm just gonna delete it, go back to save, and here we go. We're back to where we started.